about getting lost and a practical example in a place. This is Sidmouth, and the sea behind me is the English Channel. What I want to talk about is getting lost when swimming. So a couple of years ago I was swimming just off this beach, which I've done a lot of times. However, on this occasion something happened, and that thing that happened was SIPE, S-I-P-E, swimming induced pulmonary edema. When I was swimming offshore, suddenly I lost the ability to be able to breathe. My lungs and my throat constricted. So suddenly I was unable to be able to swim back. Practically speaking, this meant that I couldn't call out for help, and also I couldn't really have the physical capacity to do anything about my condition. I was out at sea and I was lost. My family were on shore, and the shore wasn't that far away, only probably about 20-30 meters away. However, because of the pulmonary edema, I had very little physical capacity left. So what could I do? Now, in the theory of being lost and how not to get lost, there is the idea of stopping and gathering your thoughts. And in many ways, that's all I could do. I could stop, I could float on my back, which is, to be honest, the advice most of the life-saving organisations give when you are in this condition. Just float. Float on your back. It's the one thing you can do with minimum effort. And the other thing I could do was gather my thoughts. Think about where I was and pay attention to where I had been. In terms of paying attention, of course, this goes to the idea of ABCD theory and the idea that you can take in what people see when they are lost. And what people see when they are lost are boundaries. What I could perceive, what I sensed when I was in this situation were the boundaries. Two main boundaries. One, the stone pier, which goes out into the sea, and the other, the shoreline, the beach. These were the two lines I could perceive, and they were therefore the two things, again, from the theory of lostness, that I would try and head to. Could I make it to the stone pier, or could I make it to the beach? Given that I had very little breathing capacity, given that I had very little energy, I had to make choices. The choice I made was based upon probably two factors. One, that the stone pier was made of rough stone, and therefore landing on it would make an effort in terms of a physical effort to be able to land safely. Given the situation, I had very little physical capacity left. The other, and I think this is again important in lostness theory, is the idea that on the beach was my family, and therefore I would head towards my family. Remember, in theory of wayfinding, people wayfind and orientate around other people. I would head towards humans. I would head towards the social. I would head towards my family. And that's what I did. After a while, after lying on my back, trying to regain my energy, trying to breathe through a throat that was constricted and now very rough from the SIPE, I swam on my back very slowly back to the shoreline, back to my family. And it worked. It took a while, but I was able to swim carefully back to my family and back to the shore, where I found safety and where I stopped being lost. And that's it as far as being lost and finding yourself when lost at sea. It was about the ideas of finding a way to stop, finding a way to gather my thoughts, finding the boundaries and edges, and finding family. All of these things came together in order to be able to find my way back. What it needed was the ability to be able to also find calm, find control, to gather my thoughts. This is what being lost demands. Your ability to be able to stop, and your ability to be able to maintain enough thinking to be able to carry on. And that's really difficult. That's what design needs to support. How do you support people who are lost, who may well be panicking, who may well have constricted cognition, and who may well think that the real solution to their life is to keep plunging forward, even though in almost all cases, moving forward is not the solution. Stopping, gathering your thoughts, going back, paying attention to the environment, all of these come together in not getting lost. Thank you for listening.